All right. Did you make that work? Maybe go back to the desk and log in too.
Yes.
That means it's.
Hello?
Hello, wait.
There you
That a girl, wait. That's what it's called. That's the name of the trading floor.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
oh my God.
You know what, if you don't go into these things, you'll lose the lingo, right? In my opinion.
Yeah, that's why you have to be present.
You have to, and you like keep going to these.
That's why I said to him, Tim, what is breath up? That's it. That's the meaning of the training program. Oh, okay.
I don't think anyone is starting this. All of you is here, here, here. And I'm in 3 years in, so you can ask me anything. I'm not on the team, right? So I just want anybody there. Well, if you do what I do. Or I think there might be a company. That's why. Okay, done deal. And I'm hearing. That's how we need to play. That's a big thing. And you don't start here. So. And how long from here to. How long like. You can't go nonstop. I don't know, I didn't feel like this. And it's like when you tell, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want. You don't get less than that. Okay, that's what you had. So, okay, so. If so right now, so if it's 9 years, 9 months, no, it's not, they're not. So you guys, if you take all of them, but yeah, how you look. Are you guys going to the next one? Am I- am I gonna be in your way? No. Are you sure? Yeah. It's a big one, right? I'm not saying it. Oh, so just gotta find ways. Yeah. Oh, it's like time for you. It's the next one. $550. Now. Okay, I didn't think that. I didn't think that. Let me go. Like how come this? Ready?
Sometimes it's there's not much time today.
I mean, I want to. Oh, very good to go. Probably should be the last question.
Classic, like a friend who takes. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like now. Now. But sometimes you stop blinding in these days. I feel like for the first time in a long time.
Then for the control, it goes to. Very often the stop. Yeah, I wanna. Whatever you, yeah, they have, like. It's fun, I don't pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this, okay, it's fine.
You know what? Thank you.
Yeah, it was the last hand in the position.
Okay.
Nice in here today. I was here yesterday for something and just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I love that's my things. I'm wearing all my favorite brands. Giving me some space for my hands. You go wrong.
So we basically just go through this. But Tim's pretty quick, I don't think he's gonna move on to it. Like, no.
So I'm trying to tell you.
Put this maybe. Yeah.
We have my group.
It's hard to run.
Details
in the project here. And I'm thinking, okay, what was the-
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you got- got it.
I know.
Still not done. I do it.
That's the sign sheet.
I don't see one.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. I'm on to see you out. It's down, it's down, it's down.
Good morning, morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How does it mean?
This one.
Yeah, one each.
Thank you.
Hi, Dan. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ebony, can you see and hear us?
Yes, I can.
You can, okay. We can't hear you.
Good morning.
Okay. Let's get you up a little more. All right, say, good morning, Ebony. Ed, just say hello again so we can get the volume set.
Morning, Good everyone.
There we go. Okay, beautiful thing. Beautiful. You guys get hot or cold? Tell me.
Perfect.
If you've, those of you that work in Summerlin, we do a lot of stuff in this room, meetings, everything. In 8 minutes, it could be, 42 degrees. 8 minutes later, it's 78. It's horrible. So don't, if you're cold, tell me you're cold. If you're hot, tell me you're hot.
Okay.
And we'll take a voter stock here, so. All right, and you maybe want to bring it in the formal. And then. Sign in first. That's that baby around, okay? Therese is gonna, that's gonna really sign it, just so we can see it, okay? All righty, gang, well, nowhere else you'd rather be on a Wednesday morning. All right, then here in beautiful Summerlin, okay? Just make sure. Again, hey, Therese, not Therese, Therese is here. Ebony. You're gonna be my go-to person online, on Zoom, to let me know what you see on the screen. So if you see me talking about a form, and on your screen is not that form, you gotta let me know. Okay?
Okay, gotcha.
I'll show you what I'm trying to get at here. Let's see who's not cooperating. What do you see on the screen now, Ebony?
I only see a beautiful class right now.
The classroom, right? Okay. Which is good, but we want to do something else here, and it's not cooperating. Just trying to open that. It's not open. We're gonna. Suzanne, we should chat a little bit. Make sure you upload the PDF to Zoom. Let's get this out of the way. Let's just making sure. You sure you're all you don't not too late to change your mind.
I've gone way too far with this, though.
It's not too late. We can pull the plug on this right away if you want. Okay. Video, of course. Getting. Hey, Amy, I know you can hear us. Ask Suzanne to come back here because I'm having some Zoom difficulties that I'm sure she could fix for me. Grab some stuff and all right, now they're starting to load up here. All right, Nelly, with your own. So you guys know what I'm trying to do on Zoom. There's something called a share the screen right down here. If any of you have been on Zoom or did a Zoom call. So the people on Zoom can see what's on the big TV. Share screen. Now how that window wasn't popping up before? It's not popping up the share screen. Oh, well, as soon as we're doing that thing, well, we don't want to talk about news because they didn't know. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What I like to do in all the classes, and I think you got to manage to do this too. If they don't, whoever's up here, tell them to do what I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you want. Because I've got a good feeling half of you don't know who the person behind you is. I don't know who some of you are. And I should, but some of you might come from other offices. Okay. You guys got the big binder, right? You get the binder from maybe a black binder? No, okay. When you leave, you'll see Suzanne or Amy. Like if you look behind, you see a big binder. Have you got one? Okay. It's $39.95. We're in, Suze? That a girl. I knew she'd fix it. There you go. Okay. So Ebony, what do you see on the screen, Ebony?
Your slideshow is showing.
Say it again.
I can see the slideshow. Welcome to REVUP.
REVUP. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And I know Amy should have uploaded in the chat box for those of you that are on Zoom, hopefully you've been on Zoom before. There's a chat box. She's gonna upload, if anyone has trouble, the PDF, email me, okay? That's a PDF, that was a handout that everyone in the classroom has. So you guys on Zoom have, it. So you might, so as I'm talking about this, I'm gonna talk about these PDFs first, okay? So as we go through them kind of quickly, because they're really not part of the class, but they're forms that are important that you need to know about, okay? So what I want to do, and like I said, if the other guys don't do this, Wendy or John or whatever, you might want to tell them to do it. I'd like to go around the room real quick, like 20 seconds or less, and everyone say this. Hey, my name is Tim Kelly. I've been a realtor for 16 years. I've been with Realty One for 4.5, and I'm from New Jersey. That's it. So everyone at least knows your name, know which office you're in, and I don't know where you're from. Maybe someone else is from New Jersey. So Reese is gonna go first. She's the first one.
I'm Doris, brand spanking new, still waiting on my license, from the Midwest and California,
And you're in which office?
in Summerlin.
X, okay. Somebody else, just jump right in there. Anybody?
Hi, my name is.
What was the
Ann.
question?
I've been with the real estate almost a year, the same time with the Realty One Group. I'm from Cuba, and I'm from the Green Valley.
Excellent. We don't have any Green Valley people up here. This is very unique. If you didn't hear me on Zoom, what I want you guys to, and I'll get to you guys in a minute. You're gonna introduce yourself to the class. Your name, how long you've been a realtor, what office you're in, and where you're from originally. Just a little, hello kind of thing. So, all right, Linda.
My name is Erlinda. I just passed my lesson last month.
You have your license?
No, I mean, I just passed my exam.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And I'm here in this office.
Someone else? And you, what language do you speak?
Philippine.
It's okay, right? Okay. Okay, thanks.
Hey, Carrie Meyer, been here almost 3 years at the Summerlin office from Ohio. And it's a real treat working with Tim every day. I'm here all the time. You guys ask me questions, it's fun.
Drive you crazy, but we love it to death. All right, the front row.
It's Steve. Just got my passed my test 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
And yeah, Summerlin office.
First time, did you pass?
Yeah.
Took me 3, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There you go. Now who's the gorgeous lady next to you?
Yeah, I'm his wife. He's my husband.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm in the office. We are Lebanese originally. And yeah, we live from Vegas.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna try to stop the share. I hope I don't mess this up. So Ebony, you can see the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want you guys to see who's saying hello, kind of, sort of. Okay, all right, who,
Hi,
there she
I'm
is.
Charlotte Boy. I've been with this Summerlin Realty office for about a year and a few months. And I really focus 17 years.
Very-
From India originally, but I'm a resident of Las Vegas for 13 years.
All right, last but not least.
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm also brand spanking new. I'm waiting for my license. Originally from Los Angeles, California, and then just moved here recently as well. And then I'm in the Summerlin office.
Okay, so only, who has their license? Barry, you have your license, right? And then you have your student. Okay.
She had her license.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. All right, how about who's on Zoom? Chris Steele, say hello to everybody and try to do the same thing we just did.
Hey, my name is Christopher Deal. I am in the Northwest office. I've been licensed since 2015 and I love REVUP because it gets me excited for the new year. So thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming, Chris. I appreciate that. All right, who's next on Zoom?
I'll go. My name is Diarella Martinez, and it's my first time being a realtor. I just got my license and I'm getting my MLS. I am at the Northwest office, and yeah.
Okay, so
Thank
you got your license number and everything?
Yeah,
Okay, so you just
Yep.
have to go down to join LVR, correct?
yeah.
Okay, do you know how much that is?
$1,751.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for Mark to sign off and I'm good to go.
There you go. Yeah, just for you, for those of you that don't have your license yet, you have something to look forward to. In 6 weeks, getting out the credit card for $1,700 or $1,400 or $1,600 varies. When you join LVR, it's prorated for the year, but it's on the low end 14, on the high end, like the Euro is probably 1,700 when you join LVR. You have 45 days after we get your license to sign up. Now, we want you to sign up right away, because then you have MLS and everything, but if money is an issue, they give you 45 days. Okay, so that's the good bad, no layaway plan, it's 1,700 on the one shot, okay?
And it's the tax deduction.
It is, everything you do is, your gas is tax deductible, there's so many things you can write off. Okay, it really is. All right, who's left? All right, Ebony, say hi. Please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony. I'm a new agent at the Summerlin location, also waiting for my license to be active, and I am originally from Chicago.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so let's see if what we got here. Something in the chat box. And like I said, you guys in the chat box, the PDF should be in there. If you don't get it, email Amy, she will send it to you, okay? So that's important that you have that handout. All right, now let's where am I going here? Let's get back to Zoom. This share screen. And Ebony, let me know when the welcome to REVUP is on your screen.
The REVUP is up.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do real quick before we actually start the class is go through this little packet I gave, okay? Some of the stuff is, all of this is important, but some of it might not be that important to you today. Might not be important to you for the license, to be honest with you, but we need to have this stuff, okay? This, Carrie, we'll give you one, Carrie.
Yeah.
Got it? No?
Thanks.
No. This is a sheet that we do here in Summerlin every Monday. I can tell by the date. Okay, those of you on Zoom, this is the sort of like a LVR stats update. Every office does something like this. They should. I'm sure John, Chris up in the Northwest. I'm sure I think Travis does. Clay Isley does something like this. So this just we let our agents know what's going on. Okay, I'm not going to explain all of this to you. What we do in some other classes, but basically let you know how many homes are on the market. What's the average sale price? Stuff you need to know, because people are gonna ask you, what's the average sales price? They may say, what's the average sales price in Summerlin? You'll know that once you get your license, you really will, okay? You'll know what the average sales price in Summerlin compared to Mountain's Edge. There's a difference, as we all know, right? It's one more expensive than the other. So if you don't get this at your other offices or whatever, email either me or Suzanne. What is Suzanne's email address for those of you that are not here? All right, maybe not. All of the emails at Realty One Group, those of us that work for the company, is our name with a period in between. So it's Suzanne.Farnham@realtyonegroup.com. Mine is tim.kelly@realtyonegroup.com. Jeff's is jeff.wallenfang@realtyonegroup.com. Wendy's is wendy.chaler@realtyonegroup.com. So if you ever need any of us by email, but that's Suzanne. So if you want to get on our list, I would recommend, I get this, I think Mark sent this to me from Southwest, and I think Cray in the Northwest sent me their version of it. So get on everybody's, because they're all kind of the same. But the cool thing about this one is the area that's red on there. When you get this, you could put anything you want in there. Compliments of, the Reese, compliments of your best agent in the center, whatever you want to put, you can brand it to you. Okay, everything else is done for you. But that red part, you click on it and type in anything you want. Okay.
So this is able to be sent out to clients?
That's the idea. That's the idea. Inform you too. But once you get into our system, in our back office, we have something called the One Creative Studio. that has much better graphics than that. It looks so much better. Not that this is horrible, but this is something I made up, a year and a half ago, and I'm still using it. But if you go, what you get access to our system, there's cooler looking than that. Okay, but in lieu of sending nothing out, this will suffice. You all know when the REVUP classes are? When are the REVUP classes? What days and what times? 9 to 11. 5 weeks in a row here, and then 5 weeks in a row in Southwest. And 5 weeks in a row here, and so it's never in Green Valley, sorry, Anna, and it's never in the Northwest. Sorry, Chris. We're not going up we're not doing this in the Northwest. It's not that we don't want to, but those are kind of, you know, on the outskirts, okay? But here's REVUP. The next thing I want to show you guys, this is something that we do in summer, it's just a calendar. I think the other offices do something like this. Okay, it's just something we put up front, we email to everybody. Wendy is doing lots of training classes here, just about every day. There's a class for an hour on something. The contract, handling objections. Okay, I have a buyer, now what do I? You know, fundamental classes like that. So that's what this is, okay? This one, that is your thing that says transactions needed, take that out and just put it to the side. This one here, because we're gonna fill this one out during the class. It says transactions needed to reach your goal. You guys on Zoom, if you want to play along, that should be in what Amy sent you. We're gonna fill this out later to figure out how many deals you have to close based on how much money you want to make. Okay, so we'll leave that one out, okay? This is something that we've had for a while. What do you think? All right, Louise, you get your license, right? Everyone, your friends know you got your license, and I know you're right away. And you meet someone, and oh, what do you do? I work at the MGM, and they say, what do you do? Oh, I'm a realtor. What do you think they're going to ask? What's a typical question the public will ask a realtor? What would you ask a realtor if you met them somewhere? Think of a question. What would you ask? You can't talk. For this one. We'll go here.
How much are the homes?
Okay, where?
How much are homes in Summerlin?
Okay, that could be, okay, that's kind of specific, right? What the general question?
Is it going up?
Is it buy or sell a market?
Okay, buy or sell market?
How much interest rate?
How much, okay, that's a mortgage question. Anybody on Zoom want to take a guess on what question you might get from someone when they find out you're a realtor?
I don't know.
How much do you make a year?
They will ask you that, how much money, and what do you think they make, dear Rolla? What does the public think we make? How much?
I think it defines your efforts. It depends on your effort.
The most common question you're gonna get is right on here. And it says, how's the market? That's what they're gonna ask. They might be specific, how's the market in Summerlin, or how are the interest rates? But generally, oh, really? You're a realtor? How's the market? I still get it to this day. I'll go to Smith's and get my boar's head ham, and I have my young pin on, and the girl says, oh, you're a realtor. Well, you'll get it all the time. What do you think most realtors say? What would you say? Great. Great. We're all shitty answers. Okay. But that's what every other realtor says. You're not gonna say that. Now, we do this in more depth, but this is when you can, you're gonna not answer the question. Ask me how the market is.
What do you think is the market?
Ask me, so I meet you, and after you ask me how's the market, ask me how's the market.
How is the market?
You know, the market is, it's kind of unique right now, you know? But let me ask you, are you interested in buying or selling? Are you a renter? Which part of the market appeals to you most? Because it kind of does affect things.
I am a buyer.
Okay, did you know in Nevada that we have a first-time home buyer program where you get up to $40,000 to put down for all your closing costs? Did you know that? No, okay. The point is, you're not answering the question until you know what they are. Are they buying or selling? Because what I used to say when I was a stupid realtor in the beginning, I say what you said. The market is phenomenal. Oh shit, I can't believe how great the market is, right? And then I would say something stupid like, oh, I just listed a house at Summerlin for $650 on Monday, sold for $700 on Friday. Unbelievable. And they're looking at me like, oh wow, that's phenomenal. And then they walk away. But what if that person was a buyer? What do they think?
It's too high.
It's too high. I'll never buy a house. I'm gonna be a renter forever. Okay? But if I knew you were a buyer, I never would have said that. I would have started off with, oh, so you're renting right now? Okay, have you any thoughts of buying? Now, have you spoken to a lender yet? Do you know about the first time home buyer program in the back? But if you were a seller, then I'm telling you about that house service. Okay, so you gear the answer towards what that person is, instead of just blurting out some adjectives that are suitable.
Seems
That kind of
like,
sense?
seems like to start a conversation until, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, not to the doctor, but go to the doctor, and they ask all these questions. Sometimes too many questions. But they don't want to say the wrong thing, they don't want to get sued. But sometimes realtors don't do that. Realtors just start talking and telling the public how great they are. And the public doesn't give a crap. They really don't. They don't care what you have to say until they think you care about that. Or what their situation, okay? Okay, so that's the housing market. The next one is this green sheet that we have from Rock Title. These are two really important classes that you need to take right away, like next week, like later on today, if you want. Rock Title is our title company, as you know. They're our preferred title and escrow company. You don't have to use them, but as new agents, we're gonna make you use it in the beginning. I should say, sorry, we're gonna encourage you to, because they're gonna help you. They're gonna help you so much in your first 6, 12, 18 months. You're gonna take them for granted, and we don't want you to do that. They're gonna take time and effort and training, and all they want you to do is give them a deal. Or at least try to get them. Okay, so these are two classes that are live on Zoom. Justin is in Arizona. So, or once you go on one of these classes and you log in and you become a member of their site, you can watch these again because they're all recorded. Okay, so if you miss the live class Thursday at, I think it's Monday at 1, you can watch it Monday night. The recording on Zoom. Okay, one has to do with Realty One Group in general. The other one has to do with all of the Realty One Group tools, our website, the app. All of our, where our locations are. Does everybody have a key fob? Who doesn't have a key fob?
I paid for it, I just haven't got it.
Okay, okay, well, we got your money, that's the main thing. You gotta get a key fob. Okay, really, really important, okay, because I don't want you texting me Saturday morning, standing in front of the door, hey, Jeff, it's the Reeves. Can you drive from Providence and let me in? No, I can't. No, call in. So you need a key fob, it's really important, because you're gonna meet clients at 5 and on weekends. You're all have to come in 9 o'clock. Okay? But these classes are really, really good, okay? What else do we have up here? Let's see here. Okay, these are really important websites. I don't know if this is in the PDF. It might be, I just kind of typed this up quickly this morning. These are websites you should visit 2 or 3, 4, 5 times a week. Serious.
Tim, and then you gotta pay.
Yeah, well, it's not, for certain things you should, but it's not being the website. Don't worry, it's free. Yeah, some of them come in paid, you're right, okay? But these are just websites that, now, how many of you have a computer at home you're gonna work on, like a desktop? All right? Okay.
Mine's a lot.
Oh, laptop, okay, close enough, okay, okay. Me and Wendy, we're fortunate that we're in the office. We have a beautiful monitor. And we can, all of these websites are open up on all of our computers, me and Wendy every day. Some people use their phone for everything. And I'm not saying don't do that, but obviously, some websites are not, don't look that good on the phone. You'll go blind, try to read it. That's it. You really will. But these are websites that you need to go to, and some of them, I hate to say it, but Zillow.com. You're gonna go there, click new agent and join Zillow. You're gonna create a profile in Zillow.
Okay, Zillow.
Realtor.com, homes.com. You wanna go on there, once you get your license. Okay, you go there beforehand and just do. But you wait till you get your license, but you get your license number. Because everybody that you meet, after they meet you, and let's say, I meet, Anna, I meet you at a barbecue, and I'm a realtor, and you're thinking of using me. Right, then we part our way. What might you do to find out about it? What are you gonna do? You're gonna Google me. Everyone's gonna Google everybody. So if I Google a realtor and the first thing that pops up is non-real estate related, I don't know, maybe that's not really a full-time realtor. You know what I'm saying? But if you Google me, it's realtor.com, it's Zillow.com, it's realty1.com, it's Las Vegas Realtors, it's all realtors. Okay, and that's what you want. Okay, even if you have to sell the house, that's fine. Okay, all these websites want them to show up when people move. Okay, The other one that's a big one lately is YouTube. Do I have YouTube on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to YouTube, and I put some names on there for people that you could follow. Okay, on YouTube, and watch their videos, and watch their little short reels and all that stuff, really good stuff. And that's what this is. All right, we're coming on the home stretch. This doesn't affect you yet. Other than, I guess, Harry, because you're not a member of LDR. But you're gonna hear a lot about it. These are committees down at LDR. That once you pay your $1,700, you can join. Okay, so you can't go down there until you're a member. Okay, so it might not be till February or March or something. Okay, but these are committees that we recommend that you go down and potentially join. Harry's very involved. When you think about this committee, says Harry, yeah, okay. Or me, or Wendy, or Mary Perry. Mary Perry's our agent, is the president of LDR this year. Pretty big deal. You know, she's gonna be on the news every week. Gonna be in the paper 3 times a month, okay? Because he's the president of our association. So these are free committees that you can go and learn about those topics. So find one that interests you. My big one is the trends on 2/13, 11 a.m. I would recommend the whole office up, which would be nice. Trends. That's my favorite because that has to do with the real estate market. We talk about the trends.
And global.
And global stuff, and interest rates, and Chinese ghost homes, the ghost cities. Terry's left, you know, all this crazy stuff, but it's all market stuff. Okay, where if you go to the political affairs committee, they're gonna talk about politics. They're not gonna talk about it. They're gonna talk about how politics affect realtors. Okay, and believe it or not, real estate politics are really connected. Okay, you don't know that yet, but you will see how it's really connected. Okay, so. And the other favorite is community outreach. That's the charitable organization at LDR. So we really want to give back to the community, school drives, food drive, veteran drive, you know, that's a really fun thing. Okay. Carrie's been a member of that since the beginning. Okay.
So where do you go?
At LDR, down at the association.
And they always provide food, a ton of food.
LDR's office?
Yeah, once you join, you'll start getting emails. Okay, right now you have no, but their address is 6360 South Rainbow. You're not gonna find out, you wanna drive by the building. You can actually go in. That's stop. Say, I'm waiting for my license. I work at Realty One Group with Tim Kelly. He told me to come in and check the place out.
Yeah.
They'll let you ride it.
Okay.
Because we know everybody now. Everybody's at the front desk, really good. Okay, it's a beautiful building, really great. Right? But that's where you'll go to fork over your $1,700 once you get your license. So
Is this where I went to turn the application in?
yes,
Oh,
that's it. Exactly, that's it. Right, and that's where you'll take classes, mandatory classes. Did they schedule you for a mandatory class yet?
No, not yet.
Matrix and orientation and all that stuff? No, okay. All right, last but not least, last but not least. This is a form that I've created many years ago at RE/MAX. I used to work at RE/MAX for a long time. This is just something to hold on to. I used to send this to clients. It's called contract to close. Because a lot of times you'll have a buyer,
Yeah.
but it takes 30, 40, 50 days to close. During that process, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and I would send this to them, I would give this to them in the beginning,
Yeah.
we're gonna hold on to this.
Yeah, but idea of what's going
And some clients would check it off.
Yeah.
Some would throw it away. I don't know, this, but I would refer back to it, sort of like, I think we're up to number 7 now, or whatever's on the list, and we keep them kind of involved. Yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
Thank you.
I think the only thing at the bottom of it, what's at the bottom? You know? You can see that. Yeah, you might have to change number 20.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it. Yeah, it's really there, or not. I'm fine. It might be down. But that was my way of saying, like,
So don't show it to them.
yeah, and on how well we get along with them, they might see the humor, or they might not, so just be careful. Last but not least, these are the 6 really good-looking people that run Realty One Group here in Las Vegas. Okay? Me and Wendy and John and Jim were fortunate because we have over 500 agents here. Jim has over 400. So we have a sales manager where Mark and Jeff, who have 300 agents, do not. They're on their own because, you know, once you get to 400 agents, we get the higher sales manager. I used to be the sales manager here with Damon. You all know Damon Caldwell? You'll see him, or you'll see the TCG group. Okay, he used to be the corporate broker here. He hired me 4 or 5 years ago to be his sales manager. And then a year and a half ago, he moved on to something else and I got promoted and we hired Wendy. Okay, so hopefully Wendy will be here for 5 years. Okay, but the reason I gave you this, and you have all their phone numbers, is that particularly in another office, and you're gonna call, oh, no, that's not me, but Chris Deal. Chris, it's a Saturday, you have a client, he has a question, you call Jeff, and Jeff doesn't call you back. Not on purpose, because he's busy, or he's out of town. Call one of us. Really, pick up the phone. Even if you never spoke to Jim Cerrone before. Hey, Jim, this is Chris Deal. Jeff's tied up, I got a question. All of us will answer the phone. Okay, no one's gonna leave you hanging for 4 days if you call us. If you call Jimmy, you get his voicemail, call me. Get my voicemail, call Wendy. Call everyone, okay? We're really big on that.
Yes, you
Okay,
are.
we're really big on getting back. And we wanted to go both ways. If we take you on something, that's a step. So we don't say me, okay? So this is kind of cool, so you know who everybody is, okay? All right, man, quick work, we're good? All right, let's get through this and let's go into REVUP here. Everybody on Zoom with me? You guys okay? Just give me a grunt or something, a noise every now and then. So I know you're awake. Beautiful.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so that is me, gang. Welcome to REVUP. That's me. Okay, I'm Tim Kelly. A little bit, module number 1 is goals, planning, and systems. We kind of touch on all of those. Like we have a separate goal setting class. Because it takes, you can't do that in a class with other topics. So we have a business planning class. So we're gonna touch a little bit on all of these, but not spend an hour on your goals. But we'll touch upon the goals, okay? What you're seeing up here is not exactly what's in your book. So if you want to follow along, but it's not exactly, still different, okay? But that's me. So if you're curious, I've been in the business since 2008. I started at RE/MAX 15, 16 years ago. Before that, I was a loan officer here in town. Okay, 2000, who was here in 2008? What happened in 2008 for the Orange?
The market shop.
Went down the toilet.
60%.
It was done. I went to work, April of 2008, to my mortgage company, the door was locked. Locked. Default didn't work, door didn't work,
Yeah.
nobody's in there, never opened up. A month later, it opened up, because I played a lot of softball back then, my softball stuff. That's what I was most pissed off about. But I had softball equipment.
Yeah.
But they shut everything down. I mean, not shut it down, but the mortgage companies went out of business, real estate companies went out of business. And I decided, well, why not become a realtor? You know, people thought I was crazy. Hey, the industry is in crap. You know, your company just went out of business, didn't pay you on 3 closings. Now you're not real, that's just as bad. But I said, nah, let's give it a shot. Here we are, 15, 16 years later. Those are all committees that I used to be on at LVR. I was a board of director for LVR, for NVR, for NAR. Those are VA rep, WCR, NAREP. Those are outside associations and not part of NAR or LVR. So, but you should consider joining VA rep. It's the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. You should consider joining WCR, Women's Council of Realtors.
Which they let the guys into.
Yeah, so it's not just Women's Council of Realtors, anything you're doing. Okay? NAREP is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. So if you're Hispanic, it might be a good organization to join, but you do have to pay to join them. It's not thousands of dollars. It might be $49 a year or $99 a year, but you get a lot back. Okay. The main thing I got out of all of this is knowing other agents, networking with other agents. Okay. If you get a deal in Las Vegas, your first deal is if you talk to me instead of when, hey Tim, it's Therese. My buyer wants to make an offer on this property in MLS. Okay. Well, the first question I might ask you is who's the other agents? Because there's a good chance I might know the other agent. I mean, I might not have seen him or her in 12 years, but there's a good chance I might know him. And not that that's going to make you get the deal, but it's not going to hurt. Okay. Or you might come to me, Tim, I'm trying to get a hold of Mary from Mary's Real Estate. It's been 3 days. My buyer wants to know, did they like my offer or not? Mary's not calling me back. Who does she work for, Louise? Urban X. I'll call Dave Tina. I know Dave. We've been on the committees together for years. Okay, so use me and Wendy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Okay? But that's what you get out of going down there. You'll be on MLS and you say, oh shit, my buyer wants to make an offer, and you know that realtor. You just met them 2 weeks ago at community outreach, and they're going to take your call. Not that they wouldn't take it anyway, but some realtors don't, are not as responsive as we want them. But if they know you, hey, Joe, it's Tim, we met at community outreach last week. Do me a favor, call me back, I got a great offer I want to send you. That will increase your chances of them calling back, okay? So get involved in helping them. It is what I always tell agents about it, you're gonna spend $1,700. So you might as well use all the free stuff that they give you. Join the committees, take the training classes, go down there as often as you can, you're gonna get lockbox access and MLS access and all that stuff, so use them, okay, join the committees, because you're spending the money, it is tax deductible, you can write it off, but still, you wanna get something, okay? All right, gang, so the big thing is get comfortable being uncomfortable, you're gonna do, let me preface this, I'm a New Jersey guy, sometimes a four-letter word comes out of my mouth. It's not that insult anyone, it's usually the emphasis, like you get out of the shower, you stub your toe, what do you say? Think about it, no real, no one's around, what do you say? Darn on it? No, you say something else, probably, okay, mine is MF. I stub my toe. That's me, okay, so as we talk about this stuff, you're gonna do certain things that you've never done before, and you're gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be shitty. You go, oh, dude, I'm not good on the phone. Okay, what did you do before this? I was a dealer. You should go back to dealing at the MGM. If you're bad on the phone, you're gonna have to get on the phone and talk to people. You're gonna have to talk to people face to face. So if you're bad at that, it's okay. It gets better. I mean, if you asked me 10 years ago, would I be in front of a room every week doing a meeting in front of 50 agents? Never in a million years that I want to do all this stuff. But you just do it and you get better at it. So don't get discouraged if you're not good at something. You'll find out what your niche is. So let me ask you, okay. So you close your first deal, okay, and it's a $600,000 home in Summerlin. And you want to get maybe other listings in that subdivision, right? You just sold the house in there. So you call Rock Title, they give you the 100 people that live in a circle around that house. You got their name, their email address, their phone number, you got all their stuff. Who's gonna go knock on those 100 doors? And who's gonna get on the phone and call it? Give me a one or the other. You gonna call them or you gonna knock on the door? Who's gonna knock on the door? Who's gonna be on the phone? I guess that's the other trick. Okay, same thing for you guys on Zoom. This is gonna happen. Do you go knock on the door or do you call on the phone? There's no wrong answer, but I'm not knocking on the door. I'm a phone guy. When I started at Remax, I went into a conference room, put on a headset, got a list of homeowners, had some scripts that I memorized, and I just called all day. I had no trouble doing it. You might say, Tim, there's no way. I sit 4 or 5 hours a day making phone calls. I'd rather go walk around and knock on doors. That's David. David Caldwell, that's what he did. He's not a phone guy. I mean, he is, but he'd rather go knock on the door and walk right in and sit on the couch. Nothing. I ain't walking to anybody's house.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my house.
Like one waste of time,
I know I could be more people on the phone,
Yeah.
but I know people that door knock all the time, and they're very successful. So,
Very.
yeah, you'll figure it out.
Sometimes you don't know if you're gonna get cut to pieces or. I'd rather be on the phone.
That is true. I mean, if Harry came to my house, knocked on the door, I didn't know she's on. I'm not opening the door,
That's really.
and I know her. I don't know you. My daughter's gonna go crazy. I'm not opening the door. Now maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago,
Right.
things are different. But now I'm not opening the door.
And Jim, this is how Chloe got all her listings in California. She went every single door and
Chloe,
followed up with
how old is
email.
Chloe?
Huh?
How old is Chloe?
21 and she has 5 listings in Calabasas.
She's a brand new
And
realtor.
door knocking and then following up, and it took about 8 months.
Yeah, it does.
Takes time.
It does. So get comfortable being uncomfortable, okay? That's me again. So module number 1, these are, when you go to every REVUP class, it starts off with all the modules. Not that you need to know them, but number 1 is GPS, number 2 is your database, which is Mark on Friday. Then the sales cycle is number 3, the RPA is number 4. The list, I'm sorry, this should be the listing, we have a little typo here. But that's not the same, okay, so number 4 is the purchase agreement. Number 6, which you can't see, is open houses. Mark does the open house prep. You need to go to that several times, okay? Also, these are recorded on Zoom. So if you want to see this again at home, wait a couple of days, It'll be on our YouTube channel. Now, I don't know about the Northwest, Chris, I don't know about, Anna Green Valley, but it'll be on the Summerlin YouTube page, okay? So if you want access to that, just email us, we'll give you access. Okay, so if you want to see it again. So Mark does a really good open house class, because that's what you're gonna do a lot in the beginning, or you should, okay? Then we have the listing agreement. John does the listing agreement. Number 8 is finding sellers. That's Jeff. Number 9 is winning the listing with Jim, and then Jeff does number 10, I think, closing the sale. So those are the 10 modules, okay, that we do. The one, what we're gonna try to cover today, so you can see these things. Okay. A lot of this in the beginning is you just have to stay positive. You're gonna get discouraged real fast. In about 3 weeks, it counts as 2 months after you get your license, or a month after you get your license, you're gonna question like, holy shit, should I have done this? I wasted money, I joined LPR, should I really be doing this? That's normal, okay? So don't give up too soon, okay? Don't throw in the towel, okay? In the beginning, I probably quit 10 times, a year. A deal would fall through, I'd be pissed off. Or whatever, okay? But this stuff's gonna happen, okay? So your mindset's really important, and just so you know, you don't work for Realty One. I do, because I'm an employee, they pay me, they pay me, okay? We don't pay me, right? We let you work here. That way. But you're an independent contractor, so you own your own business. And it's like Erlinda said, a lot of this stuff has many, many tax benefits, income tax benefits, that you will learn as time goes on. And we have people we can refer you to down the road when you start making money. But you get a $20,000 commission, you get a $20,000 check. And sometimes that's the worst thing that could happen to some brand new agents. It really is. I have friends make $1 million a year. Behind them every day is the IRS. The IRS is right up their ass. They're not good with taxes and stuff like that. So you have to think as a business owner, not as an employee. Okay. We'll talk about, or maybe not. We'll talk about. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. How many of you are doing this full time? Well, let's do it. How many of you have another job?
Right now I do.
Right, okay. Is it during the day or at night? Is it swing shift? Is it grave? During the day?
From home.
From home, okay.
It's gonna be evening.
Nice, okay. The only thing if you got anybody on Zoom, how many of you on Zoom have another job or another gig during the day?
I do. I work a lot, Tim.
Okay. I'm gonna preface this not in a negative way, but it's the realistic way. If you have another job or gig during the week, that's 9 to 5-ish, or takes up some of those hours, your success rate is gonna be minimal. Because you're not coming to the classes. You're not answering your phone if you get a lead because you're working. Depending on your job, okay? So it's hard if you're not doing this full-time every day. Not saying you can't be successful. A lot of our agents do start part-time, almost all of them. But I think it's hard if you have another job that's 30, 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday, and then you have yourself, I got weekends. That's great. A month later, let's do an open house. Oh, no, I can't do it this weekend. How come? I don't know. I have friends in town. Okay, what if your friends came in on Wednesday and you were working? Would you take off? Oh, of course not. No, I have a job. They're paying you. So we're not paying you. So it's easy for you not to work. So just be careful. Why did you become a realtor? And what made you decide to do this? Why do you want to become a realtor?
Well, it's complementary to what I'm doing actually.
Okay. Okay, but give me the adjectives. Anyway, like the 2 or 3 or 4 things why you decided to become a realtor.
Good money.
Good money, okay. What else?
Financial independence.
Okay, again, money. We're all greedy. We want money. Not wrong with that. What else?
I love houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all have to live somewhere.
Interior designer, I was thinking of living houses.
Okay.
actually.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Give me one more.
My need to help people.
Okay. You can become a nurse. If you want to do that. No. Some of the reasons we do this is the freedom. Right? You can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Right? When I started, I went to my niece's rehearsal. I went to my nephew's play when they were younger. I could just come and go as I please. Right? No one told me that. Right? But that's could be the reason you don't become successful. That you're home watching TV. I'm gonna go walk my dog at 2 o'clock, not come back to the office. Okay, you can do that, okay, but that's gonna, I mean, try to think of this as a 40-hour-a-week job. I know it's hard, but if you treat it as if we were paying you, your success rate is gonna skyrocket. Then, like every Thursday, we have a meeting at 9:30, and usually it's full in here, 40, 50 agents, but we have 500 in the company. So 1 out of 10 comes to the meeting. Kind of shitty, but that's how it's always been. When, 8, 9, 10% show up.
And it's always new information. I don't know how you can miss it. Like I never did.
Yeah.
So those of you that are on Zoom, I would just encourage, go to your office meetings. They're on Tuesdays or Thursdays, most of the time. Yeah, Dorella, you have a 9 to 5 job, okay, so you're statistically, Dorella, you are gonna fail. You are not gonna become a successful realtor statistically, but I know you're gonna overcome that, okay? But again, it's hard. It's hard, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna call your manager or mentor on Friday. Hey, Tim, it's I just got off work, I got this coworker that wants to go see a house tomorrow. Great, go show them the house. Oh, but where do I go on MLS to do a search? Or that's a lockbox store. That will make my head explode. Or Wendy's head explode. Now, if you're brand new, it's different. But if you've been here 3 or 4 or 5 months, you should know how to use MLS. Right?
I mean,
Unless you have the flexibility.
Unless
Unless you have the flexibility and, then you're good.
Oh, yeah, and don't get me wrong, we know agents that work 7 days a week. They have a full-time job Monday to Friday, and the weekends, they're doing open house every weekend. And that's great, okay? But what I'm saying is that a lot of the training, you're not getting, because you're not here. You have a job, and that's okay, so it's sort of like my nephew, he's 24 now. He used to take karate when he was little. Anyone ever take their kids to karate? Or martial arts, he did? He was like 5, 6. And we take him, spent all this money on over the year, and he got the shit beat out. Every week. And the sensei said, "Wait, for every hour here, you have to spend 10 hours during the week practicing." I got it, sensei. No, he's on these games. Every day, so we go back to next week, they beat him up again. Then they beat him up again.
Yeah.
So needless to say, he quit karate. Because he didn't put in the time.
Yeah.
And that's what could happen here. That you're gonna get a client, that's a good client, and you're gonna say to yourself, holy shit, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no clue. Ken, Wendy, John, Jeff, please help me. And we will, we want to help. But it can't be this, you can't ask, how do I get into MLS 5 times? Maybe once. Or, hey, Tim, you shouldn't call the front desk and say, Suzanne, what's the address of the Southwest office? Come on.
Yeah, it's right.
But it's all material. Yeah, that's the stuff that and again, if you text me on a Sunday, I'll text you back. You call Wendy Monday night at 8:30, she'll call you back at 8:30, and I'm sure the other manager is the same. But we need to know that you're doing some stuff when you're not. Because that's the stuff that drives us crazy.
And Tim, even like what I do is, if it's something kind of broad, I'll throw it into our closed group. And say, hey, or for rentals, long if you're rental, new agent, I'll throw stuff in there, even questions.
Yeah, we have.
And like, I'm looking for multiple answers, like what from agents and stuff, and like everybody chimes in, everybody.
Yeah, so,
But
also.
don't most buyers want to see homes during the weekend and after their 9 to 5? Like, isn't that the most common time to show houses and walk people around? Isn't that the most common time?
What do you guys think? Help her out.
Depends on their job.
Yeah, everyone's different.
Right, of course.
But I think generally speaking, more people in Vegas, believe it or not, even with the casino, more people work a 9 to 5 job than swing at the meeting.
Right.
11.
Right.
You're right. I mean, you all lived here for a while. Drive around Monday to Friday. Notice this, and drive around the weekend and notice this. When do you see most of the open house signs out?
Also,
Yeah.
from some of my research, some of the people that are becoming realtors and have a 9 to 5 usually want to sell enough homes to actually quit their 9 to 5. You know what I mean? It's not worth it to just go 100%, all in because insurance and all that stuff. So I think a lot of people's goal is to sell the certain amount of homes to kind of be an independent, and not depend on your 9 to 5. But, I think eventually a lot of us, our goal is to quit our 9 to 5, but we just can't risk it. You know what I mean?
Sure, I agree, especially if you're single or maybe your spouse doesn't have insurance, or you don't have insurance.
Right.
Because realtors don't have insurance. We have.
Right, of course.
We have insurance companies that will insure realtors, which is very uncommon.
Exactly.
Okay, it's expensive. You know, spend $500-600 a month for health insurance.
Exactly.
Where then again, it's $80 a paycheck.
It's a risk. Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right, let me get through some more of these before I forget training class, and you just start talking. Okay, you have to have a business mindset like we talked about, okay? This is something you guys are gonna hate, sorry, but I say tell you cheap. Every REVUP class has an affirmation. How many of you guys do affirmations? You know what affirmation is? Do you? Okay, okay. Anybody on Zoom do affirmations like in the morning or in their mind or like, I don't know?
Yes, daily.
You do, good, okay. So every REVUP class has an affirmation. This is the one for number 1. So what we're gonna do now, everyone's gonna stand up. Come on, stand up. You have to like this, it'll be fun, okay? All right, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna say this 3 times. And each time we're gonna say it louder. I know, you're looking at me like, what is this, 3rd grade? So, but bear with me, we'll have fun with it. Okay, I'll say it first. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. So 1, 2, 3. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its content. Okay, number 2, do it again. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its content. All right, one more time. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its content. All right. I do that affirmation every morning, the thing in grade. I could say that with a gun to my head. Okay, it's something I started maybe 8 years ago. I went to a Tom Ferry event, and they were talking about affirmations, and I thought it was all stupid. Tony Robbins, hocus pocus, rah, 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 crap. And then I said, no, let's give it a shot. So every morning, either on the way to work, in my bathroom, my dog Lucy's with me, she'll scatter, as I shout it out in the bathroom, she'll run away or whatever. Okay, but consider doing it. Okay, there's a book called The Miracle Morning. The Miracle Morning. The Miracle Morning. It's like $12 on Amazon. I have one in my office. It's very old. That's the book I bought that talks about, because a lot of realtors don't like to work in the morning. They want to stay home. They come in 3:30. Okay, if we were paying you $20 an hour, you'd be here at 9 o'clock. But we're not paying you anything. So you come in when you want. But that book helped me create that, which is parts of other people's affirmations that I stole. Okay, our industry is very much a stealing other agents' ideas type of industry, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, what does R&D mean to you guys? Like just in general, R&D in a business. What is that? Have you ever heard that term, R&D? Research and development. Correct. Real estate, it means rip off and what's the D stand for? Rip off and oh shit. So in other words, all of that I got from other agents. Okay, and you're gonna see other stuff out there, other agent websites. Holy shit, that's a great website. I'm gonna incorporate some of that in mine. Okay, research. I'm sorry, rip off and duplicate. Okay, so if you hear R&D in our business, that means that's a great idea. Let's work it out. And that's how it goes. That's how it is. Okay. All right, gang. You have to have a great work ethic. We can't teach you. You guys a little chilly now, right? No?
Yeah. It's better warm. It felt better warm.
Felt better warm.
It felt better warm.
Let's see if it's more like
Like 100.
it's supposed to be 72. But there's an acronym that I love called where did I get this little acronym? EPA. This is our promise to you guys. We'll give you all the training you're gonna need. Probably more training. Probably to the point you're gonna be confused. Oh shit! When you told me about this, and then I went to John's class and he told me about this. Oh my God! What about? It's like what's the old cliche? drinking, from a fire hose. Instead of a cup of water, you got this water hose going at you. And it'll be up to you to figure out how you put this in your mind, how you keep, compartmentalize. But we can't teach you ethics and ethics. Meaning, I can't make you come in and go to the classes. I can't make you do an open house. We're gonna recommend it strongly, but if you don't do anything, there's nothing we can do about it. The P is being persistent. People are gonna say no to you. A lot.
So then,
Yeah.
you are going to give us the deal for the open house, or how does it work?
Well, first you're gonna take the class that Mark teaches on the open house, REVUP number 6, okay? And then once you're in LVR, we'll help you find a property, and then we have open house signs for you. We have a whole list of things you're gonna do to prepare yourself for the open house.
And Tim, what I do is I find ones within a mile of my house, because I know the area, my kids grew up in a church, everything's right there. That's how I do it, and usually other companies will let you, brokers will let you just have to call and ask them.
Right, we don't, but that's a great idea, but we'd rather you not use a Coldwell Banker open house.
Yeah.
Or Remax open house.
True.
We have more listings than anybody else in town. So this is, if you can't find a Realty One group house to say you're doing open house, let me know. I'll find you.
You can still find one, but for sure,
Yeah.
there's tons of them.
And the best, what I used to do when I did open house, when I was at Remax. Harry just sold the house in Summerlin at $900,000. Harry, congratulations. I would go to my title company, and I said this before, get the 50 or 100 homes around that house, and then I would call them. And maybe I was successful, maybe I wasn't. But if they got on the phone, I say, hey, Harry, in case you didn't know, we just sold, Derisi Andy's house across the street from you for $900,000, and I'm gonna be doing an open house 3 doors down over the weekend. So if you see a lot of cars in the neighborhood, it's my fault, okay? But I want you to come down to the open house, I'm gonna have cookies and water, so come on down. So that's what I would do, I call people, invite them to my open house in the neighborhood, okay? So you plan the open house Monday for the weekend, you don't plan it Friday. No, that's a waste of your time, okay? You're gonna create flyers that you're gonna go around to the neighborhood, knock on the door. Hi, sorry to bother you, I just want to give you a flyer, we're doing an open house around the corner here for on 1111 Banana Street. Stop in on from 12 to 3 on Friday, on Saturday, okay? I used to have a flyer that I would do that in honor, it said for special invite Willows residents only. So the Willows was the subdivision. And it said from 11 to 12. And then open house 12 to 3. Like if you answered the door, hey Linda, I just want to invite you to a private open house. Just for people that live in the Willows. Because it's gonna get crowded as the open house goes on, but from 11 to 12, I'm inviting just you guys. So come on in and take a look. I know you're happy, I'm sure you're not moving, but maybe you know someone that wants to move into the neighborhood. So they feel kind of special, like, oh shit, I get to see it first.
Yeah.
At least that's the idea, okay? But yeah, we'll help you with all of that, okay? Do you think open houses is something you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's a whole thing in the industry, there's 2 ways to get clients. It's either sweat equity or check equity. Sweat equity is doing open house, we're knocking on the door, we're getting on the phone, doesn't cost you anything. Very little.
Not on the doors, but.
Okay.
people do it.
Or check equity is, hey Tim, I got $500 a month I can spend, and I want to buy Zillow leads. We'll set you up with that. I want to buy leads from Realtor.com. Or Tim, I want to get a billboard. Put my picture on a billboard. That's a check equity. You're spending your money. We don't recommend that in the beginning. But if you have the money, we'll help you with that. But once you close a deal and you get a check for $15,800, you might want to put some of that money towards marketing. Sending out postcards or putting a big magnet on your car, with your name. We've also done that. We're driving around. That was never my thing, but I know realtors that's where I that they get deals from it.
Don't you think that the social networking is the best?
Again, the reason said this before, everyone's different.
I think
Yeah, I mean, social media, great, phenomenal.
That's all mine,
free.
social media,
Yeah.
everything.
The good thing about social media is free, but I've seen too many agents be here 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, 9 months. Sam, check out my Instagram reels. I got 8,000 views. And it's beautiful. It's funny as shit. Check out my website. Oh my God, fantastic. You have any clients? Oh, okay. When was the last time you spoke to a buyer? Oh, I never spoke to a buyer. What about a seller? I'm working on that. My friend's brother's cousin might want to sell his house. So what I'm getting at is they spend time on all of this ancillary
Yeah.
website, business card is beautiful, and it is, but it's not making any money. You know, knocking on the door and getting on the phone is gonna make you money, so.
And they don't care if you have clients, they don't care. Once you have them, they don't care about your social media. They don't care about Facebook, so, no, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a way to give them in, like, you know how to do it, but then, like, but they're not staying, they're not there to keep on following.
Yeah.
No, not really.
And again, social media has exploded. I remember a year ago, we were all making fun of TikTok, that only like 8-year-olds were on there. That shit, no way, everyone's on there.
Yeah.
Adults,
Yeah.
companies, really, one group has a TikTok page, oh my God, I can't believe it. So, social media is really, really important, but just, some agents will do it and wait for the phone to ring. It's probably not gonna ring, it might, but odds are you're gonna have to get on the phone, you're gonna have to meet people, you're gonna have to network to get clients.
The public relations.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. So, okay, and the last one is your attitude, okay? If you have a shitty day at home and you come in here in a shitty mood, we're gonna tell you to take your shitty mood and go home. I don't wanna know. Hey, please help me there. Oh, Tim, you're not gonna believe this. Look, no, I don't believe it. Well, you know. Nobody cares.
No.
Don't get me wrong, we care, but we really don't. You know, I mean, what happens in your life is important. You know, I mean, I have 2 dogs and 3 cats. And I live with my 24-year-old nephew, who I can't get rid of, and his girlfriend out there all the time. But I love him to death. But if my cat died last night, swear to God, you wouldn't know. You could, I wouldn't come in and tell anybody. I might tell them. But other agents, if you get my drift, that they're telling the world that their cat passed away. You know, my cat's 14. She's on her way out. So, I'm not gonna take a week off from work for grief. So if you do have stuff in your life, try not to bring it. Because, you know, Tom Ferry has this thing about agents that are energy sucking vampires. Just being around them, your energy goes to the floor because of their attitude. And that's what you want to do, right? And we have some out here. We do, I'm not gonna lie, we do. And when we see them, we try to kind of put it in check, but don't be that realtor, okay? So your attitude obviously is really, really important. Your mindset is really important. If I don't know if any of you talk to yourself, but I talk to myself all the time. All the time. All my favorite conversation. You know, all the time. But little things like this. Let's say, let me pick on what's your name again? Veronica. Okay, Veronica, I'm your buyer. You take me to see a brand new home at Toll Brothers. We walk through it and I'm, shit, this is fantastic. We're in there 20 minutes, we leave. We're in front of the house. What are you gonna ask? What's the first question you're gonna ask?
How do you like?
How did you like the house? Everyone agree with that? Right?
Yes.
Anything wrong with that?
No.
I agree. I said that for 14 years. So I met Russell at Beezer Homes. He said, Tim, you know, Russell is a sales guy. He said, you don't say that. I said, what do you mean? What am I gonna say? No, you're walking outside and say, Veronica, how did you feel about this house? How did you feel? Not think, how did you feel? One little word can make all the difference in the world. I said, holy shit. You're absolutely correct. Because of course they're gonna like it. But did it feel good? Did you like the way it flowed, all that kind of stuff. So little stuff like that, from your mindset, saying words like feel instead of think, really make a difference. And you might not even realize it, you know, and the client might not pick up on it either, but you'd be surprised. So little stuff like that when you're showing homes, you know, ask them how they feel about it. You're kind of not on your own, but you are. You're an independent contractor. We're gonna help you. We're gonna go on appointments with you. You bring a buyer in, we'll sit in the conference room with you and go through a buyer's presentation. You have a listing appointment. We'll go with you on a listing appointment most of the time. Okay, because you're gonna mess it up if we don't. Okay, you will. But buyers are easier. Like, so like if you get a buyer, you can show them. You could probably have a conversation. You don't necessarily need one of us to hold your hand. But if you say, Tim, my neighbor knows I'm a realtor, he wants to sell his house. I just pulled up a sale on it. It's worth $1.5 million. Okay, set up an appointment. We're going. You're not going by yourself. You know, but the fact that he let you come by means he likes you or she likes you. They trust you, right? You know them, but they got to be assured that you're not going to mess it up. That's where me and Wendy. or John, or Jack, or Mark at the other offices, okay? So don't be afraid to ask the manager or come with me on an appointment, okay? Because on certain times, we need to be there to help you, okay?
Actually, being in here in the office with your client, it's feels like they are special. So they're gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I worked for Remax for 11 years here in town. In probably 6 different Remaxes, unfortunately, because they go out of business, or they move, whatever. But there was some Remax office, I would never want to bring a client there. I mean, Remax is a great name. On the building, it's a Remax, everyone's heard Remax, but the office was a piece of crap. Here, I think you would agree,
Yes.
pretty nice. You
It's
know?
better than any other. I
Unbelievable. We have a free Starbucks.
We're lucky.
Who crazy is that? Okay, really? I have friends, to this day, think I'm lying when I tell them we don't charge our agents for copies. Every other company charges for copies. At Remax, it's 5 cents black and white, 25 for color.
Well, in LA, it's 25.
And you have to go to a copy machine, put in your code, make your copies, at the end of the month, you get a bill.
And we have computer, we don't fight to each other.
No, we have a bunch of computers, you know? I mean, I'd like you to find over, that means we have too many agents, that's good. Okay, but just don't take for granted, because as being a new agent, you're gonna meet other agents, maybe people you went to school with, and they're gonna tell how great it is at their company. And maybe it is, you know, but don't throw in the towel here too quickly, okay? And rather recruit them to come over here.
That's right.
You know, because again, I guarantee you, the biggest problem agents have is the broker or the manager not responding. Right, and it's shaking your head like, oh shit, that's the old guy.
It's
You know?
hard to find a better company. I think this one is very complete.
Yeah, but I always tell people when I interview them, what do you do? We're January, right? I would say something like this, okay, Belinda, when you start. Promise this is gonna happen. On Valentine's Day, you're gonna be texting me at 7:30 at night. And I'm out with my family, my girlfriend, my niece celebrating Valentine's Day. And I'm looking at my phone saying, son of a bitch, what is she? It's not Valentine's Day. But I know if you text me, it's not to say happy Valentine's.
Yeah.
You have a problem. It's business. And I'll say, hey, Chloe, or whoever, I'll be right back. And I'll call you. And I'm not saying other brokers don't do that, but a lot of brokers don't. Okay, and we don't. So keep that in mind. Okay, be honest, be professional. Obviously, that's common sense stuff. So these are some of the things you got to do. Okay, you got to be confident. If you learn that script, how's the market? You could be at a barbecue, and there could be 5 other realtors there with 10 years experience, and they're all going to answer the how's the market question like Therese said. Phenomenal. You're not going to say that. You're going to say, well, let me ask you, are you a buyer, seller, or a renter? Because it depends on what you are. Oh, you want to sell it? Well, as a matter of fact, my office just listed a home in summer. It sold in like 5 days, 50,000 more than this. Would love to come by with my manager and check out your house. How much better answer is that than, oh, it's a phenomenal market, or it's tremendous, okay? And that, you could say that and you're not even licensed yet. Think about it, you don't even have a license, and you can have that conversation. You look so much above other realtors that just say the filthy stuff, okay? So being professional, knowing the market, the old dress professional. What's the dress code? What do you think? Can I wear shorts and flip-flops?
No.
Why not?
Because it's more better to be presentable.
You dress for success.
Okay, okay. My success is Hawaii shorts and flip-flops. We know realtors that dress that way. That are very successful.
Yes.
Okay, one of my favorite friends, Carrie, his name is Czar. You'll meet Czar. He was Michael Jackson's agent when Michael Jackson was alive. Give you an idea.
So it depends.
He dresses as crazy as you can.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not crazy, but I don't know, Carrie, what's the word? You know, different. Yeah. What you want, dress, do what you feel comfortable with, but just be careful who you're in front of.
But I want to say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask, like, the people that are already successful in real estate might dress like that, because they have a level
Mhm.
for, how you say, like, when they know you already for what you have done.
Yeah.
But if you're starting, I don't think you will dress like that.
Yeah. When I was a loan officer, we had to wear a tie to work every day. I didn't mind that. I'm originally from New Jersey. I used to work on Wall Street decades ago, and I used to have to wear a tie to work, and I'm not. at home, I have a full fit of ties that I wore. When I went to Remax, I wore a suit and a tie almost every day for the first couple of years. Came here, that shit went out the window. Out the window, realty went really nuts, and we don't have ties, you know the word, you wear whatever you want, but if you'll see a lot of us with a Realty One t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or Realty One windbreaker, even the girls up front, we did them stuff. That's our thing. You know, now if I'm going on a listing appointment, I might wear a Realty One t-shirt, but I'm putting a blazer over it or a suit jacket over it. I'm not just walking in there with a t-shirt, even though it says Realty One, right? But do what's best for you, but I think you're right. In the beginning, what did my mother always say? You don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
Right.
So what should I be? So if you're gonna err on on one side or the other, overdress. You
I
know,
would think,
look nicer.
living in California, I would maybe wear this if I'm gonna show a house in Inglewood, but dress
Yeah.
way differently if I'm showing a house in Beverly Hills.
Mhm. Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think Beverly Hills is gonna want me in this.
I don't know how, I haven't watched it.
I don't know.
I haven't watched these in a while, but we all know the Bravo, HTV, Selling
Oh,
Sunset.
yeah.
Richmond, it's California. I used to watch it for years. I haven't watched it in a while. I mean, the Selling Sunset is a big one now, right? Selling
Yes.
Sunset.
And Southern Beverly Hills, it's never heard of them.
See,
Never watched the Sunset. The Beverly Hills one, I would do.
Yeah.
The Altman Brothers and those guys, watch them all the time, okay? And one guy, Josh, is from New York. He wears a suit every day in California. But again, he's a luxury agent, so you can wear it. Others wear less than that because they sell in Malibu. Okay, but so just use common sense, okay? I mean, it's August and it's 120. I don't think I'm gonna have a blaze for that, or, you know, probably not, you know, I mean, it's a little hot, so. But you're right, as long as you look clean, presentable, you know, you haven't shaved in 5 days, you'll be fine, okay? What else do we have on here? You know, build trust, be consistent, persistent, be honest. And it's really important that you have to make the client feel that they're more important than you making money. One of the things that got our industry in trouble was I remember when I got hired, the guy Rich that trained me, goes, "Tim, when you get a buyer and you go to MLS, make as much money as you can, search for the home, and then there's a little button you could put in commission. Because the commission varies. What's the normal commission in our MLS? You guys have any idea? I know you're new.
2%, 2.5.
2.5. 3? I like 3. I like
Yes,
3, right?
but it's.
Yeah, it could be $50. It could be $1,000 instead of a percent, just so you know.
Yeah.
The changes are coming. He would say, Tim, when you go in there, after you do the search, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Summerlin, 600,000 to 700,000, put in this box, 3.0. What did he mean by that?
Good one.
So I mean, it's called a co-op box. I would put 3.0.
you're asking for 3%.
Right, so if you listed your house at 2.5, I would not see it. Because I only wanted 3%.
Okay, all right.
Now, take it a step further.
So filter.
You're my client. And I'm only sending you the homes that I make 3%. The other 10 at 2.5 that you might love, I'm not sending to you. You don't know that though.
Yeah.
As the consumer. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's good.
Horrible. Agents did it all the time. All the time. I'm taught to do that. You do that shit. And I admitted to myself, I said, no, I'm not done. I just want money. Would I rather make 3% than 2%? Of course. But 2 is better than 0.
That's right.
It's great, you know? But those are conversations you're gonna have with buyers moving forward with a lot of the changes in the industry. With buyer broker agreements, they might be paying your fee. Your commission to buy might be cutting you a check for $8,000. Never happened before, ever. That's coming though, okay? But the point is, you just have to make them feel that you're gonna advocate for them no matter what. You're gonna fight like hell to get them the lowest price if they're a buyer, and fight like hell to get them the higher price if it's a seller. And you gotta come across genuinely with that attitude, or else they're gonna say, "Oh, I love you, Belinda," and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah.
They go, you thought you did great, but they disappear. They found somebody else on Zillow who sounded better, okay? So those are some of the do's. The don'ts are common sense, you know, it's very easy to tell a buyer that another realtor sucks. Or Remax is horrible, or Urban Nest, they treat their agents like shit. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but you never want to say that. If you do, you could lose your license. So if you go on Facebook, oh, My client just told me about his experience with Coldwell Banker. It was horrific. They did this, they did that. That why that agent lose their real estate license. Or for talking negative about a fellow realtor. So I'm not saying don't feel that way about it. Feel that way all you want. But on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need to tell the world that this agent is a jerk, okay? So we don't want to put down the competition. What else is on here? You know, make excuses, lose your cool. What does sell desperate mean? What do you think that means?
Don't show you're eager to sell.
Yeah.
You want to sell.
There's a term that we use, Jeff in the Northwest uses it all the time, called commission grab. You're coming across, like, you know, you're not saying it, but you're coming across. That's how you're sounding, even though you're not saying it. Jeff calls it commission grab. And it's true, it's true. Too many agents talk too much. What we try to teach you here, like if you go on a listing appointment with me, and where they're an hour, my goal is that homeowners talk for 40 minutes, and me and you talk for 20 in that conversation. I don't want to, you know, sit there and tell them how, I mean, I'll tell them how great we are and all that stuff, but I'd rather start asking them questions than or them ask us questions that we can answer. But too many agents just bloviate about how great they are, or how many houses they sold, or they're the number one agent, or whatever. You know, I mean, everyone's the number one agent. But everyone's number one. You know, number one in that zip code on that street. You're the number one realtor, you know. So just be careful that you're not coming from a feeling of desperation. It's okay to say no to a client. Hey, you know, Teresa, I like you a lot. Well, I've shown you 64 houses. I think it's time for you to maybe find another realtor. Okay, I love you. You know, I know your whole life, but I'm gonna refer you to Gary. Gary can help you out. And I know that's sincere. I mean, that's sincere. You refer to another agent, and you still get a smaller commission, but you're done. That shit is still. You've had enough of that. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right, it's getting hot in here now, right? All right, let's go pass by the meds. We talked about affirmations. Consider creating one and get that book, The Miracle Morning. The Miracle Morning, Amazon, $12. I'll leave it out front if you guys want to look at it. Unless I have it at home, but I think I have it here somewhere. It'll help you create an affirmation. These are some of the things that you need. You all know this already. A laptop would be great. An iPad would be great. You know, you need internet access. Your car's got to be relatively clean. Okay, it should be really clean. Okay, you should have a calculator. You know, stamps. Okay, if trying to think for Linda, after you came here, did you get a card in the mail? A thank you card? From Wendy or me?
I think so.
Yes, okay, you guys did too. That's what me and Wendy do. You meet us, you get a thank you card, whether you join us or not, okay? I've been doing that my whole life. You know, I had some back problems lately. So I went to the back doctor, I went to physical therapy. After that first, I sent a thank you card to the 3 girls at the front desk. These girls will do anything for me.
Yeah.
Cancel an appointment, don't worry about that charge thing. You know, put the charge, you can give us $20, we'll leave that for you. Hey, Tim, so and so canceled. You want to come in today? I send them a thank you card. How many thank you cards do you think they get from patients? Never. So be a little different. You know, if you come to my open house and I figure out where you live, I'm sending you a thank you card. You're gonna remember that probably. You know, over the years I've got people's clients and my thank you card was on there. How crazy is that? It's a little nutty, but hey, whatever works. So, but think about having stamps, having thank you cards, okay? Business cards, time block each day. Even now, you guys can't do it now because you don't have the license. But maybe Carrie is going to look at a house. You're sitting out there and Carrie goes, hey Tim, I'll be back. I'm gonna go look at this house with my client. Ask to go over to the house. She'll probably let you come. Because she has access to go look at the vacant house. You know, go do that on weekends. Go to an open house. Maybe don't say you're a realtor. Go in there as a consumer and see what they say.
Which one? The best.
If you on weekends go to an open house, but don't tell them you're a realtor. Tell them you live in the neighborhood. Make up any story. You're moving here in 3 months, whatever you want to tell, and see what they do, and leave there. And say, wow, that was really good. Well, that's I'm not. This guy knows what he's doing. Okay. I used to, every match, we used to hire agents from going to open houses. Me and the manager would go to open houses, and if they were really good, we try to recruit them. to come up for events. Why not? Nothing wrong with that, okay? But if you don't have your license yet, and you hear one of the agents going to look at a house, ask them, can I come with you? I promise them to say a word, especially if it's vacant. Some will say no, some will say yes, right? But that's something you'll do once you get your license. Go as many vacant houses as you can, to learn how to, use the lockbox, walk through the house, stuff like that, okay? In the beginning, there's a matrix class at MLS that you have to take. You're hot now, right? We're hot. When next time you go to, say, you should talk to you about a matrix class. Have they talked about a matrix class?
No, no classes yet at all.
Okay, it's a new year. When you join LVR, you have to take a mandatory matrix class. Really important, that it has to do with MLS. I would recommend taking it 5 times. Because you're gonna take it tomorrow. Then a month from now is when you're gonna get your first buyer. You know, remember what you learned a month ago. So take it again, and again, and again. Take as many lessons as you can, okay? It's really, really important. And know the market, go visit everyone live on, where do you live at? Where you down?
Yeah, Cadence.
Cadence, so, okay. Ron, where do you live? Yeah, okay. So what I would do if I was a brand new agent, one of the things I would do on the weekends, I'd take a half hour, 45 minutes, and go to open house. Just, and notice how many signs do they have? 2? 18? Was it easy to find the open house from the signs? Okay. And then once you get your license on weekends, you can just go to any vacant home you want and preview it. Okay. A lot of agents here will go to a vacant home and take a video of that house and put it on their Instagram. Carrie, how many times have you and other agents gone to vacant homes, $1 million homes, done a video and post like Instagram?
100 times.
But her followers don't know. But that's the way she's gonna try to get business. And hey, gang, I'm here at this beautiful home in Sutherland, 1.5 million. I can't believe the price is only 1.5 million. Let me show you what it is. You walk in the house for 45 minutes. Okay, gang, it's Carrie. If you need me, you know how to find me. Have a good day. Bye.
So you can go to this house even if you're not hired by the owner.
Yeah, if it's vacant,
It's the,
you're a licensed realtor. You can go and MLS will give you instructions. If it says certain wording, you can go in and speak.
so I should have the MLS first and then I can go to these houses.
Right, you have to be,
Or I can get.
are you in MLS yet? Or have you joined LVR?
I did not join it yet.
Okay.
Once you
join and go through the classes, then you have access to MLS.
So it seems like we don't need to ask permission.
No, not, sometimes you do. But if it's an empty home, if it's vacant,
Okay.
in MLS, it'll say, the term is key and K-E-Y-A-N-Y. If it says that, that means you can go see it anytime you want, because you have the key. Your key is the lockbox on your phone.
Do they know that you get into
The moment they open the door.
Do they know that you get into the house?
Yes, that's the idea, because the lockbox that they put on there,
The electronic one.
correct.
When do we get the lockbox?
When you want to buy it for $150 from LVR.
Ah,
So down there today, they'll sell you 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, LVR.
Okay.
You can buy them used too.
You can buy them used too.
Sell them all the time for like $60.
Yeah, once you get a listing, or
Hey, other agents that are.
once you're close to getting a listing, either me, you and Wendy, we'll talk about it,
Yeah.
and we'll go through all those steps. But you can buy a brand new one, or you can like this, find a used one from the agents that sell.
Asked him for one of his.
Yeah,
He's got so
yeah,
many.
being with you, but a lot of them are out.
Yeah.
But the bad thing about that is that I'm gonna get the text that Ricky and Remax went to see your listing. That's the bad thing. I'd rather you get it. It's your house. So I'm not saying don't take our box for free, but I'd rather you buy one. Because as soon as that Ricky leaves, you can call him up. Hey, Ricky, it's Tim. The Realty One Group. I just see you were in my house over on Banana Street. What did your buyer think? Yeah. And then you have feedback for yourself. Because believe it or not, buyers agents, well, think of it this way. You have a buyer, over the weekend, you see 8 houses. Saturday and Sunday, you see 8 houses. Okay? Monday, 8 agents call you. Hey, Veronica, I see you saw my house on Banana Street. What did your buyer think? Are you gonna remember? Not a chance, not a snowball's chance now, but you're gonna fake it. Oh, yeah, they liked it a lot, but we're still looking.
Yeah.
You gotta say something, you know what I'm saying, okay? But a good listing agent should call you, not immediately, but the same day to get your feedback. Okay, but agents don't necessarily call you back like you think they should. They just don't. It's one of the downside stories.
As they should.
They should, yeah, but if they have 8 listings and they're busy and they're a manager or coach, they might not call you back. So that's why I'm a big texting guy, okay? You know, before I call someone, I'll text them. Hey, Joe, it's Tim over Realty One Group. I'm gonna call you in a minute. I want to talk to you about your listing. So he has a heads up, because a lot of times, if he doesn't know me, you know, we all get those phone calls, you don't know who it is. They don't answer, right? So if I give him a heads up that I'm calling, he might answer. But that's getting involved in MLS, you know, visit subdivisions. When you get to the RPA class, the contract and the listing agreement class, and once you get access to LBR, we'll have you print them all out, layman's, and practice filling them out before you get your first one, okay? Let's see, somebody in the chat here. Right now it's getting hot in here. This room is very unique. Great stuff, Tim, thank you. See, right? Terry, go right. Go to the right. Clockwise, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, go down to the 60s. Yeah, right. Yeah, it is, this room is, there's no windows in here, it's like a sardine can sometimes. We're gonna close by this real kind of quick, but we're changing the app, okay? This is kind of what we talked about before, that that's what I did in the beginning. I was, as a Remax, I find a house that Remax agent sold, and then I would call the people that lived around the house. That was my way of getting business, because I didn't want to spend any money on postcards or anything like that, okay? Or you could knock on the doors. So these are some of the activities that we're gonna recommend you do, in addition to open houses, in addition to networking, in addition to whatever your social sphere is, you know. We have some of our most successful agents are not on Facebook, not on Instagram. They just have a big personality. So they have lots of friends and they're networking all the time, okay? So that's kind of important here, okay? No, that's so we passed that one here, okay. And I think the other thing that's really important, you have to, I'm sure if I ask you guys are all coachable, right? Right? You're gonna listen when you come. What to do, right? Right, okay. But there'll be a time that you won't. That's just the way it is, okay? But it's important that you listen. You know, and again, 99% of the time we're really nice. Will me and Wendy be in a bad mood every now and then? Probably not, but sometimes we might, okay? But the key to it is you have to kind of be able to do work on your own when you're not here. Like I mentioned with my nephew, okay? Like you guys live together, you know, practice you're the buyer, you're the agent, and practice on each other, go looking at a house, you know? So a lot of that practice that you do when you're not here is really good. Really good. I can't emphasize that even more, okay? There is a business plan class we're gonna do. But what I want to do now is everybody grab this one right here. Okay, let me see if I could did I get to this one yet?
Question
Okay.
before,
You're good.
the Realty One Group home search app.
Yes,
Can we see all the listing for all the offices?
correct. All of them are.
But in the MLS, when I go in, I can only see the active listing for my Green Valley. I cannot see, if I search at all and I don't find, for example, I do open houses and I text the agents. So if I don't get an open house from them, I don't see the listing of your office. I have to like search the criteria of the property I'm trying to do an open house. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Like on my MLS, I only see active listing for Green Valley.
okay. Then that's bad. John and Jim didn't show you how to do this. Range has a stop.
Well, like Tim used to tell us, call Matrix sometimes.
I'll show you real quick if I
Yeah.
can get into Matrix, if I can get in. Now, I know you guys, the rest of you in the class are not in here yet, but this is MLS, just so you guys know. Okay. And I think,
Sorry that I.
no, it's okay. Ebony, what's on your screen?
for learning too.
I just see the class right now.
Okay. In a minute, you should see MLS. Okay. So I'll just show Anna real quick. So this is MLS, okay? This is the home page when it pops up with all the different, come on, baby. Okay, so you can, like I have a black background, you can put a white background, just so you know. It'll say, good morning, you, whoever you are. But this is the box right here, this is matrix. And what Anna is asking, if I got her question correct, is, how does she find properties other than Green Valley? When you say other Realty One group offices.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. And again, it's loading. Come on, baby. Take it. Okay, here it is. All right. So if you go, okay. See where it says my listings, Anna? Now yours could look different. All these gray tabs are movable. I can put this over here. I can put it over here. But this is how mine is set up, okay?
Yeah, I see that.
But see where it says my office active listings?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say you click on that. We have 136 in Summerlin. Okay. Summer purchase, summer rentals, some purchases. But let's say I can't find an open house here, like you're having trouble with. See where it says show up here?
Yes.
This little, click that little down arrow. You'll see something that says my firm. See where it says firm? Take your time. So it defaults to all MLS. Then you can just hit your office,
My firm new listing.
my firm active listings.
Oh, wow.
So if you click that, baby, you click that. There's 638 in the whole company. See? So that's all 4 offices. So you should be able to find them.
And then click and go into vacant.
Yeah, that's a whole other class.
Yes, okay.
But yeah, but under show, there's a drop-down menu that a lot of agents don't know about that have all these other areas that you can search.
Wow.
Okay,
Thank you. Wow.
you're welcome. There you go. Fun stuff, right? Fun. All right. Let's get back to this. Ebony, what's on your screen?
I can see the MLS. It's a little blurry, so I'm not sure what exactly is showing on it.
Okay. What about now? Is it the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to this and we'll finish up the class here. So hopefully on there now is the goals, big picture goals, all that stuff.
Yes.
Perfect. And again, it's this.
Are you grading us on these? Are we turning these in?
Ain't happening.
It's just how I'm gonna determine my answers.
Bear with me here. Let's get past this. We'll move on. Let's go leave. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is kind of important too. A lot of times when you meet someone, they're gonna know you're new. So, sort of like if you met someone, you were looking for financial help. Your neighbor just got his investment license and works for Merrill Lynch. You have $1 million to invest. Are you excited to let him do that for you? You like him, he's nice, but he's new, right? But if you went to the Merrill Lynch office and you sat down with your friend and his vice president of whatever and the manager or whatever, and 45 minutes later, you're probably sold. Okay, that's the point of this guy. that you have to tell people that it's just not you. It's Realty One, it's Tim, it's Wendy, it's John, it's Chris, it's Jim Cerrone. We have our own title company, we have our own mortgage company, okay? We have a group of vendors, home warranty company, home inspection company. So it's not just you, okay? A lot of agents are, you know, we call them secret agents. They don't tell anybody they're realtors, okay? And when they do, they just try to sell themselves, but you can't, you don't know what to say. So that's why mentioning all of this stuff, that you have a, you know, the biggest real estate company in the state of Nevada behind you to help you, okay? That type of conversation is important to solidify that the buyer or seller is gonna work. Because in the beginning, just statistically, your first 2 or 3 deals are gonna be what kind of people? Where are you gonna get these, your first couple of closings? What do you think? What do you think your first 2 deals are? What kind of people? I should say what kind.
Friends.
Yeah, people that you know. It's your cousin, your brother, your sister's coworker, so these people already like you. Okay, but they don't know that you're any good. So that's kind of where we can, okay? We're not gonna take a break. We're not gonna really go, okay, let's do this one real quick. Okay, where's that form? This one right here? Yeah, okay, this one right here. Are we good then? Okay. Let's go down to, the 4th one down. How much money do I intend to earn? When we ask that question, what do you think most realtors put?
Million.
Well, let's not get crazy. What do you think the answer we get half the time? The first year, how much money do you want to make?
200,000.
Usually 100,000.
Okay, yeah,
Put on that line, whatever, we'll put 100,
okay.
so the math works out. But when you get home, if you say, look, I'm only gonna do this part-time, and I only wanna make 40,000, then you'll adjust the number, okay? But where it says, how much do I intend to earn, put $100,000. Okay, so that's the one right there, okay? Now, the top line is, what is the average sales price in Las Vegas? How do we know that?
It's over here.
It's right, I got a cheat sheet that tells us,
Yeah.
right here. And at the top left-hand box, there's a median price and an average price, okay? 580, so let's call it 580. 580, make it simple for math first. So the average house you're gonna sell is 580,000, okay? What's the average commission? Now, the piece of paper says per side. What does that mean, per side?
That's seller and buyer.
Right, so when you go to MLS, it'll say 2%, 2.5%, 3%. How much do you want to put there? What percentage do you want to put? 3. Let's get crazy and put 3. Let's make as much money. as we can. Right, so it's, well, just 3. So the average commission per side is 3.0. So what is the average commission? So what's 3% of 580? I mean, for this. Yeah, so that's 15,000, 17,400.
Yep, 17.
17,400. So on line number 3, what is the average commission per sale? You're gonna put $17,400. That's 3% of the 580. Everybody kind of with me?
Yep.
Yeah? You guys with me over here?
Could you repeat that number, please?
I got lost here.
Right, okay, so on line number 4, how much money do you intend to earn? Put $100,000. On the top line, we're gonna put 580,000. Okay, what is the average commission per side? We're gonna put 3.0%. Okay, so what is the average commission per sale? It's 3% of 580,000. That's, so on line number 4 is, I'm sorry, number 3 is 17.4. Okay, so you wanna make 100,000. You wanna make 100 grand, but each sale on average will be 17,400. So how many deals do you have to close?
Around 5.
5 or 6 deals, right?
Okay.
So what's 6 times 17.4?
Over 100.
Yeah, it's like 100 and change, right? So line at the bottom, you'll need to close 6 deals to make $100,000. How easy is that? All right, how easy is that? It's not, it's very hard. Okay? It's very hard, okay? But when you get home, maybe you want to make 65,000 because of another job. Do the math. Shit, I only gotta sell like 3 houses, make 50-something thousand. Okay. So it gives you a goal. Okay, when we do other classes, we go into it even deeper. Meaning, how many leads do you think you need before you get a client?
Oh my gosh, more. More than that.
Or the better question is, how many people, and this is industry wide, do you have to talk to? Not, hey, how you doing? I'm a realtor. That's not the conversation. Hi, this is Tim. I work at Realty One Group. Wondering if you have any thoughts of selling or buying, that kind of conversation.
God, like
How many
100.
of them on industry wide you have to have before you get one closing?
At least 100. At least 100.
According to Tom Ferry, it's 40. 40 real conversations, not leaving messages. Not, oh, so you're not interested? Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. No, like a 30, 60-second conversation. And that could be at a barbecue. It doesn't have to be on the phone. It could be at a wedding, okay? So on average, you gotta talk to 40 people to close, to make $17,400. And before you have that meaningful 40 conversations, you might have to make 200 phone calls to talk to 40 people in a meaningful way. So that's the kind of things we'll show you, or it's an open house. How many people normally show up at an open house? 2, 10, 20? It varies on how much work you do in preparing for it, okay? But if you get 10 and 4 of them actually talk to you, oh, shit, okay, I got 36 more to go before I get a deal. Yeah, hypothetically, okay? But in other classes, we would break it down that much if you want to get all the statistics, okay? But 6 deals to make 100 grand. That's not bad. When I started in 2008, I think I had to do like 17 deals because the price was $182,000.
Yeah, and yours are all short.
Yeah, the prices were funny, you know, we're doing 10 deals a month, making, 20 grand, it was horrible, but no one complained, 20 grand is 20 grand, okay? So that's just a little cheat sheet, change it accordingly as you get home, there's some other stuff in there, if you really wanted to break it down to how much you make per hour. So, I mean, 100 grand, how many hours a week are you putting into real estate? 30, 20, 100 hours a week, and do the math to see how much your time is worth. When you do, I mean, let's say you work 40 hours a week. That's 2,000 hours a year, right? 40 hours times say 50 weeks. And you make $100,000, okay? Believe it or not, that's $50 an hour that you make if you work a full-time job, making for 40 hours a week, 50 bucks an hour. I'm not saying that that's good or bad, okay? But you'd rather that be 100 bucks an hour or 150, based on what you're doing. So your time is important, okay? The consumer doesn't think that. They think we make money no matter what. Like you have nothing better to do all weekend than drive them around, okay, in your car. But keep that in mind. Like I say, after 64 showings, you might say no to that buyer. No. Go talk to somebody else, okay? The other things we're gonna talk about real quick is kind of being organized. There's nothing worse than waking up every morning wondering, what am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do today? So maybe it's coming to the office if you don't have a job. 3 days a week, 10 o'clock. Just sit out there. Just sit in front of the computer and pull up MLS and listen to all the chatter that goes on.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised what you'll hear. Most of it is good. All of it should be good. But that's the way you pick stuff up, or just asking agents about their experiences.
Does it happen to you that maybe somebody comes to your office here to ask that they want somebody to show them how to, or?
Very tough. Once a month, the public will walk in. Okay, that's why on all of your material, we don't want you to put the office number, put your cell number. If someone walks in here and says, "Oh, hi, I'm here to see Carrie." "Oh, is she expecting you?" No, I was just in the neighborhood. We're gonna try to call Carrie. We call her, she doesn't answer, or she's on vacation. That lead goes to somebody else. Even though we asked for Carrie, she'll still get something, but we can't give it to her, she's not here, okay? So very seldom, just clients walk in. We're just not set up that way. Other companies kind of do that, they're called walk-ins or floor time, but we don't promote the company that way. Okay, so that's gonna happen very seldom, okay? But again, trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna work Tuesday to Saturday. I'm gonna take Sunday and Monday off to be with my family. And this is what I did at RE/MAX. From 10 to 12, I was on the phone. From 1 to 3, I was on the phone. 3 days a week. The other 2 days, I was doing an open house. And then if the open house if I like the open house, I would do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days in a row. the open house. That was my thing. So I was on the phone, maybe 20 hours a week, or 10 to 15 hours a week, and then I was doing open house at the other house. That's what I did in the beginning. That's either work. It was pain in the ass, it's hard, it's hot, signs, running across Durango with 2 open house signs, it's horrible. I'm sweating, shit, but you get a client and you make $17,400. We're home free here, right? The other thing we'll kind of talk about is that, again, you're your own boss, you're gonna dictate your schedule. And just be careful, like I said, the thing that attracted you to becoming a realtor, freedom, doing your own thing, that could easily be your downfall. That you're sitting home on the couch, you're going to your kids' soccer games, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not making any money. So you just have to kind of, set up your day the best that you can. You have coaches, you have mentors in all the offices. We have all these different tools for you. What Wendy has set up, and you guys then will learn this. We've created little networking groups with the new agents. 4 or 5 of you get together once a week, just the 5 of you. Go to the conference room for an hour or an hour and a half, and just talk amongst yourselves. See what you've been doing. Okay, make each other a promise. I'm going to do an open house this weekend. And then you have a meeting. So how did that open house go far? I go, no, I didn't do it. How come? I don't know. I just didn't do it. That's bad. Okay, that this little group of other agents could keep you accountable to doing what you said you could do. So Wendy will talk to you more about that. This is where you're probably going to get most of your clients from, like in the beginning, these ones, your friends, past clients, and family. You don't have any past clients. You're going to have, well, your friends and family are going to make you money in the beginning, and then as time goes on, you're going to get them from other things, social media. You're going to get them from networking. You're going to get them from neighborhoods. You're going to get them from open houses. You're going to get them from mailing out postcards to homeowners. Okay, just promoting the house that was just sold in the neighborhood. Okay, that's another thing I used to do when I was I would make a phone call, but then I would create postcards and send them to the 200 people in the Willow subdivision, letting them know we just sold the house around the corner. So when I called them up, maybe they would connect the postcard to me calling them up. Okay, and postcards aren't that expensive, like 60, 70 cents a piece. So you mail out 100, it'll cost you, 60, 70 bucks. But these are some of the other ways that you're going to figure out where you're going to get some business from. You'll hear this acronym a lot called FORD. Okay, and it means family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. And you're going to practice that. But let me go back real quick because we got to get out of here in 5 minutes. What this means is, all right, Veronica, you're a buyer, and you're gonna call me of a Zillow house of mine that you saw. So let's say it's in Summerlin, 800,000, 4 bedrooms, has a pool, and you like it, just as if you were a consumer. And you're calling me, and we're gonna role play how I'm gonna take that phone call, and see if you can figure out how this FORD thing fits into the conversation. So this isn't just for a Zillow call. It could be when you meet someone in the street or a buyer. So ring, ring, ring. Hi, this is Tim.
Am I asking about?
You're the consumer. You're the buyer. You're on Zillow. You just got on my phone. Now you just answer. Hi, this is Tim at Realty One. Can I help you?
Hi, Tim, I'm interested in the house that I saw on Zillow. I was wondering if you could,
You like to see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Great. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Veronica.
Okay, great, Veronica. What's the address of the house? Need something.
Yada, yada, yada.
Got it. Great. Okay, I appreciate you clicking on that. What did you like about it? You don't mind me asking?
I just thought it fit my boxes of what I'm looking for in a home. It had 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Nice, okay. And what's your time frame to move?
I'm thinking within a couple of months, not anything too urgent, but I am looking, and that's why I'm calling.
Okay. Do you own a house now or are you renting?
I'm renting at the moment.
Nice, okay. And is this for you and your husband and the 4 kids and the dog and the cat and the fish tank, or is it just you?
That'll be me and a partner.
You and a partner, okay, great, okay, good. And you live here in town, I guess?
I do.
You do? Oh, what do you do?
So
Right.
I am a server at a restaurant right
Oh,
now.
nice, okay, good. And as far as a mortgage and stuff like that, have you gotten that started yet?
No, I
No, good, okay. If What I'd like to do probably is refer you to a letter or two if you don't have one, okay? And when would you like to go see the house? Should I go see it today, tomorrow,
Within the next week would be nice.
next week? Okay, we do have to get you pre-approved first. To
Wonderful.
make sure you can go low before we
Okay.
do that, okay? Because that's kind of the point. This house is in Summerlin, like we talked about. Summerlin has a lot of amenities. Are they important to you? Like, are you a golfer? Do you play tennis? Do you do hiking and walking trails? You know, like you and your family, is any of that important or not really?
Not really.
Not really, okay, so it's not that important, okay, gotcha. And is this your first house or, okay, so this isn't your last stop
No.
in the grand scheme of things for buying a house, right? This is your home now for the next couple of years.
Sure.
Okay. Let's end it there. That's kind of how the conversation would go. I would try to be nice, you know, I kind of rushed it. But I might go into more questions about her job and her family. And the idea is just to get to see how cooperative they're gonna be. Because if I start asking her questions and she's very standoffish and, you know, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to showing her. I'm really, not, okay? But we use this in a lot of the classes. Jeff brings it up, Mark brings it up, and it's in the training manual. That the conversation is based around their family, their job, what they like to do, and the dreams part is kind of tricky. Because who knows what people's dreams are, it's hard to ask that when you first meet them or on the phone, so I don't, you know. But having that conversation to make it more interactive. What I do a lot, which I didn't do with Ron, I usually take, Ron, if you don't mind, with your permission, can I ask you a few questions? You should say that all the time, so I don't just start bombarding her with questions. I ask her for permission. Can I ask you a few questions? And they like that. Okay, I'll let you what you want. Okay, you can ask me anything now. You know? But you'll hear this a lot, okay, in the different training classes, and we do a lot of our training based on this. And if you can, I don't want to say master it, but get familiar with it, it'll help you in conversation. So, because when they first meet you, they don't know if you've been doing this for 2 years or 2 weeks, unless you tell them. And it's up to you how you want to tell them. Should you tell people you're a new agent?
No, not right away.
So Linda, how long, we're talking for 3 minutes. Oh, you were a realtor? Yeah, my friend used to work. How long you been a realtor? What do you say?
Especially I'm brand new.
Good, I would tell them that. I'm brand new. I'm brand new. What I used to do though, I was a financial advisor at Merrill Lynch. I was a dealer at the, tell them what you want, be honest, okay? But don't worry, you know, Sam, at Realty One Group, I have a whole team behind me. You know, the branch manager, the broker, you know, coaches and trainers, okay? Especially if you're a seller, you know, and we'd love to come out to your house and go over a listing presentation, give you an idea what your house might work, so be honest with them.
So what's the time frame of saying it's new? What's
What?
the time frame of saying you are new?
I don't know, that's up to you. You're on your own.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
if you've been a realtor for, I don't know, 5 months, you say you're new? No.
I don't know, do you?
If they want to skill,
Say almost a year.
I mean, it depends on how they ask, you know, are you new or they ask, how long you been a realtor? You can't lie, because they can find that shit out. Don't say you've been doing it for 3 years, and you've been doing it for 3 months. They're gonna find that out, okay? It's not that hard to know. Okay, so. Yeah, if it's someone that you've never met, you might not get them as a client, because they don't want a new agent.
actually, from here, I go to work and with my attire like this, I said, oh, I feel like I wanna buy a house with you. That's the time, but then I chose my time focusing with them because they told me, let them pre-approve, and I didn't do that, and somebody approved me.
Oh.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, yeah.
and I don't wanna step in their toes because that's a real estate, you know, the ethics and everything.
Mhm. And the last slide is practice, practice, practice. The Blake story was my nephew, the karate, the open house story is for another time, but you need to practice this stuff. Not maybe everything we did here, but as you print out the contract, read it over and over and over again. When I got hired Remax, my coach Rich said, Tim at home, print out 5 copies of the contract, the buyer's contract, and the listing presentation, and the listing agreement, and leave it around the house. I had one in each bathroom, I had one by my nightstand, I had one by the couch when I'm watching a football game, I would pick it up and read it for 5 minutes. I could read it upside down. That's how good you have to be at this stuff, because when you start explaining that contract to people, who wrote the contract? What type of person? Who writes most contracts in our world? Lawyer. A lawyer. Anybody a lawyer here? No, and and when you read that thing, your head's gonna hurt. Your eyes are gonna water.
Yeah.
Because of the stupid stuff that's in there. So, and you're supposed to be the professional. Imagine a consumer that doesn't know anything about this. So you have to know it well enough that you can explain a paragraph this long
Yeah, right.
in 7 seconds. Without going through all 42 lines of what the due diligence period is. Okay, and that's only gonna come by coming to the classes and practicing. So, okay. All right, gang. The party's over. We gotta move on. Everybody on Zoom, okay? I hope I didn't ignore you guys, Ebony, but are you guys still around on Zoom? Did I lose you guys?
You were great. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Eb. We'd rather see you in the office, so chop chop, come on down, okay? Just saying. Anybody got questions, concerns before we move on to bigger and better things? Try to come on Friday. Tomorrow's class. Veronica? Yeah.
Yes, one quick question, on the calendar, it says business meeting, is that even going to?
Yep, we're done.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to show you this before it gets taken away.
Flag?
It's the
Oh,
new-
really, Zach?
We're the American Cancer Society donation. It's going to be, as you normally carry the other one.
Very.
So they'll be here at 12, but I won't be, but I'm really good with Mary.
Okay.
Oh, just want to show it to you first. Beautiful.
You're donating,
Yes,
right?
yes, it cost me drastic.
Well, yeah.
This is heavy, it's 27 pounds. Wow. There's not
Very.
a lot of heart attack already.
I know agents that get something like that as a closing gift for the,
Well,
but maybe not the Vegas night. You know, family name on it, say, home sweet home, the Anderson family.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so this wave, there are different waves you could, because it's 3D. So it's always the flag on the side and then whatever sports team, military. I'm getting one for my client that's a Marine. So you put the Marine logo and then their name, they engrave it on it. So
how
it's
much
a-
for that?
this one is $5.95 because it's the Stanley Cup one. So it's 400. 400. And then they have a smaller size.
Yeah.
And then they have a giant size the size of the TV. That's like $1,000.
Very cool, thank you, Michelle. for
Yeah.
showing us that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
See you later.
Veronica, your question?
Just quickly,
Yeah.
I just wanted
No,
to
right.
know what the business meetings cover, or if that's open to.
It's every Thursday at 9:30. Me and Wendy talk, Maria, our compliance woman talks. We usually have a speaker come in, okay? And it's usually all the goings on in Realty One Group, market update, okay? So those are the really, you need to come to those.
Yeah.
They're not recorded, they're not on Zoom.
I know it's not nothing this big.
Well, no, they are recorded, I'm sorry. They are recorded and they're on the YouTube channel.
I mean, because I want to know what's going on in tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we have a good breakfast.
Yeah.
You only bring a good breakfast, and bread, bagels or something, so it's not fun.
Do you know where can I get the copy of the buyer's contract and the listing agreements? I have an idea.
You can ask Wendy to print it out,
Yeah, okay,
but you don't have access yet because you're not in that.
yeah, I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, but Wendy can print it out, or email it. Wendy can print it out.
The workshop today
Wendy's.
Where is it?
The other location.
The other-
Read out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah,
Should we go to it or you should?
is it online or,
no, it's,
are we gonna have one here?
no, they vary. I think it's on new construction. What's the name? 10th or 17th? What does it say? How to
Yeah,
write,
on my-
how to write an offer. Okay. That's what's at Green Valley at 3:00. So that's the contract. And John's gonna go through how to write an offer.
Green Valley is the Henderson.
Yeah, Anna knows where it is. It's way.
So
Big roads in Eastern.
are we gonna have a workshop?
Yes,
Here?
that same class will be here. We'll be doing that same class. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon.
Okay, so,
Yeah, so, but if you're down that way, you can't hurt to go.
yeah,
Okay, but we have some agents that kind of live in the middle, so they don't mind going there. But if you live up here, you might not.
yeah.
You don't want to go there. Check with Wendy, I think there is. I think there is, what $100? There you go, Wednesday? No, because we have REVUP, that's why we don't do. So that's on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then Thursday is the meeting. Bye bye, Anna. See you soon. Thanks for coming.
All right,
All right, thank you, we appreciate it. Bye, Ebony, thank you. Stop share. This.
Are you ready? You guys are a good partner.
Yeah. This is a